Jim, as co-founder and managing partner of RRE Ventures, what's your overall investment strategy?
Obviously, we focus on information technology. In our case, really, as it applies to a half a dozen industries. We do ad tech, we do financial services, quite a bit in advertising through the years, quite a bit in communications, a fair bit in fashion technology, and quite a bit in media.
Your investments, WisdomTree and Vocera, recently completed IPOs. What type of timeline do you typically look at?
We typically expect to be in a company, if it's in that, forget seed for a minute, A, B round, for something like 3 to 7 years. I get that the average holds, when we calculate these things out, it's about 8. Some people say 8.5. That's true. There's a lot of noise in that number, but it's somewhere in there. Seeds absolutely will typically go that distance unless they're acqui-hires. I would argue we are actually already in a period where exits are, and have been for 2 or 3 years now, certainly post the financial crash, shorter rather than longer. But it'll take a while for those to average into the, the 10, 15, 20-year numbers.
There have been a lot of VC-backed IPOs recently. Why do you think that is?
2 reasons to me come immediately to mind. One, we're in an election year, and that means that the administration is pouring money into the economy. They want buoyant markets. Europe, which felt like it was the end of the world in November, has since become less of a threat. Secondly, in my view, you've got an almost unheralded amount of attention on Facebook. People talk about the Facebook tail. Will there be a tail? Will there not be a tail? There's a pre-tail that's happening now and has been happening, really for no other reason than whether they're institutional or retail buyers are being preconditioned again to look at what's coming public.
What about exits through M&A for VC-backed companies? How is that looking right now?
Clearly, there are wonderful examples like Instagram. One of the things that those kinds of stories inspire on the part of lots of M&A people and C-level, C-suite executives in companies is a feeling that maybe they're being left behind. So they tend to redouble their efforts when you get those lightning strikes. Leaving that aside, the M&A activity we've seen in the last 2 years has been really up and to the right. You had this huge cache of money coming out of the 08-09 market crisis, corporations sitting on more money than ever before. So what do you do with it? Well, at some point you're going to be acquisitive. I would say pricing is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's out of the park. Doesn't feel like 99 yet, but pretty good. And interest is there.